Welcome to the third episode of Out the Box Podcast. My name is Evan. I'm your main host. Today we have our boy Dante because Novin is not available today. He might show up, but maybe not.
He's a little too busy getting some ice cream.
Yeah, we'll say that. All right, so start this off. Today our sponsor, yet again, Sour Monkeys. And our new sponsor today, Patron. It's Dante's personal favorite.
No, it's just tequila.
So if you
Tequila did it.
yeah, so if you haven't watched the second podcast and the first one, which obviously you haven't because I haven't uploaded, we have a sponsor every video, and typically it's either going to be alcohol or something that's not, I guess, good for you.
Yo, you can't forget the crave.
Oh yeah. The last video was sponsored by Soren. Sponsoring the Soren. Alright, I'm gonna crack one open for y'all. Let's get this party started. Dante, you have to take a shot.
Fuck. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so Dante,
Yo.
since it's your first time on camera, we usually have to start off by you giving us a little bit of background of, what you're doing, what your past was, what your main childhood, not your main childhood, but what you did growing up, what was your main thing, and is it still your main thing, or has it changed? And if it's changed, how so? And start us off, big boy.
So a little bit about me is that I've always been an athlete. I started off as an athlete, played hockey throughout my whole young adult life, I guess you could say, and growing up. And that came to a close, and we moved on, and we started a new chapter of our life, and we're going to school, and we're working, just trying to chase that bag and make a good life. Now we're just kicking it.
Awesome. All right, so enough of that. We're just going to get straight into the juicy questions.
The good stuff.
People want to know, because it's a little obvious. You're looking a little meaty right now.
Looking a little meaty. How? Can you be more specific and articulate?
Do you lift, Dante?
Oh, I mean, I don't do it every day, but I do it often. You know.
Do you consider fitness a big part of your life? Going to the gym a big part of your life?
I mean, like it is actually super important, other than like the whole physique and like confidence part, because it does a lot for your mental health and makes you like just like get out all like that pent up like emotions and whatever, and you're in your own space in your own world, and you can kind of drift off from reality and just ignore and be alone. And being alone is like hard for everybody, and everyone has a little niche and their peaceful place, and that's mine. So I definitely think it's a little
facts for me. I'm the same way as you. That's why I actually knew everything you were about to say.
I did, yeah.
It's definitely part of both of our lifestyles. For me, it translates like my whole purpose of going to the gym started from when I got injured from playing sports. For you, it's a little opposite. It kind of just transitioned naturally over for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I got injured too because like playing hockey. I separated my shoulder, and that only made me like want to be better, because you get knocked down, you have to get back up, put yourself back together, and just be better and like try to be the best version you can be. But obviously, you degress, so you have to progress.
Yeah. So how is it? How did your fitness journey start, and like where are you now in terms of like your goals and stuff? Like, would you say like you have achieved what you want to achieve bodybuilding wise, or do you think you still have a lot more to go in terms of how you look and want to look?
I mean, personally, it started off because my dad owned a gym, so hypothetically, you could just say I came out of the womb into a gym. But it's not like I just want to like better myself in the best way possible, and just like create like the best physique I can, because you have one life to do it, one body to do it, and it's just like you have to treat yourself like a temple. But
All right, the fellas want to know, what are you hitting? Give me your bench.
I'm gonna stick with the dumbbells. The dumbbells be looking a little bit better than the barbell.
I know why he smirked on that one. Yeah, I got that.
So
I got him on the chest, guys. I got him over on the chest.
You got me on the barbell, bro. Take it easy. You don't got me on the dumbbells though.
Solid, valid answer.
It'd be hitting like 100s on incline, 105s on flat. As of yesterday, actually, it was a good lift. Got some pushed some big numbers. Made some progress in that. Yeah, because you do know it's not the easiest thing for me.
Yeah. What would you say is your best bodybuilding part in terms of your strongest / favorite to do? The one you're just best at, the workout you're best at.
Definitely in my back. Definitely the back there.
Yeah, not surprised. This man has a fucking juicy back.
Juicy. You can learn to play on that thing.
I'll post a picture of one of his Instagram posts.
So
you already know which one I'm talking about.
Do I?
You on the boat. You know what I'm talking about.
Real in the bitches, of course.
Yeah, but I'll also say this: it's a fucking angle. He's not actually huge.
It's a lighting too.
Yeah. Definitely plays a part. Okay, Dante, do you have any interesting questions for me? I feel like to segue off of this, pretty much every time. So this is what I do. I go on every time I have shit that I run out to talk about. I go on my phone and I fucking look up podcast interview questions.
Wow.
Yeah.
How cliche and just.
That's yeah. I mean, cliche from a beginner of podcasting. So, so that's really how I came up with the first question.
Wow.
But
how original.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you another one.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. What is your least favorite job to date that you have worked? And then vice versa, what is your favorite that you've worked so far? You can choose either one to answer first. I think least would be a better answer.
My least favorite.
Yeah, your least favorite. Cause I know you've worked in a few different industries, and you are currently working in a few different industries.
Well, I mean, altogether, work in general sucks, especially when it's just to like grind it out and make money.
Yeah.
However, honestly, probably working at Total Wines.
Your least favorite, Total Wines.
Because it was the least interaction with people. Everyone there was like, they hated their lives. They did not like themselves and who they were. And that counts for the...
What did you hate doing about the job? Because I would imagine it's like you just stand around... Because you're the cashier, right?
I mean, I was cashier and I stocked and I...
Stocking, yeah.
Just basically that's it, because what else would you do at a fucking wine store?
Just labor.
Yeah, basically, essentially. But at the same time, like, that was like the brunt of it, you know? Like, that's the only thing the job, like, really required and what I did. However, like, it was nice to actually, like, learn about, like, different wines, like, this and that, what goes with what, how to drink this and that. Because, like, it's kind of an adultish thing to do, but, like, not many people do have that, like, knowledge. So it has, like, its upsides and downsides, but, like, in terms of, like, the work area and the whole community and that sort of speak was not the best.
I feel like any job you take, you can find any upside and downside to anything that you do, but definitely you would say majority had some downside.
I mean, yeah, I had no passion for it. I was just seen as money. That's all.
Facts.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're all. So tell the crowd, how old are you? 22. You're 22, and yeah, You just working, hustling, making money, saving up.
Saving up.
Am I correct?
To move out of the house, get my own cribbo.
Yep.
Become a self-made man.
Hey, man. Yeah, you're in the position every single other 22-year-old boy is. So
Boy.
I'm calling you boy.
Boy. Correct yourself.
Man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
22-year-old man. Yeah, every single 22-year-old. I'm living with my parents too. I'm only in this place because this is a college campus
No way.
apartment.
Is it?
So yeah, we are filming. The setting of this location
Straight
is
from the dirty out.
Yeah, is we're from Lowell, Massachusetts. Well, I'm not. We're not. We just go to school here at UMass Lowell. Oh, you used to before you decided to work full time. And
Money don't grow on trees, bro.
yeah. It's all good. Yeah. The camera is getting a real good look at you now. And they're enjoying it. Guarantee it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Doesn't come for free often, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right. So then now, what's your favorite job that you've worked at?
Honestly, right now, I'd say my favorite job. Well, I have 2 jobs right now. The most enjoyable in terms of like fun and not in a serious way is probably what the masonry work, because honestly it brings you back to like when you were a kid in the sandbox, so like playing with Legos, putting shit together, building things, and it brings you back to a better time when things weren't as like complicated or stressful when you were younger and you didn't have to worry about anything. So that's pretty fun.
So it's like more chill of a job.
Yeah,
And
but
it's like easy tasks. Not easy.
It's not. No way.
That's the
no
wrong
way
word.
is it
That's
easy.
the wrong word. I would say like it's not tedious tasks. Like it's like you're building shit.
I mean, like, yeah, but it
You're
can't be
carving
tedious.
shit. You're making shit.
It can be tedious because like it is like hard and you have to be so exact. Like, for instance, if
Very
you're
particular because you're making like you're like molding shit, right? And that's what isn't that what masonry is? Masonry. Am I saying it right?
Masonry.
Masonry, yeah.
But no, it's masonry. Honestly, it's just working with stone. It's a trade, and it's one of the more skillful trades because you have to have an eye for it. And you have to learn so much, and everything has to be like perfect. Because like this is the first thing you see on like a house or like this and that. You walk up to it, you know, like that's the first thing.
Yeah.
So like, it's basically essentially it's like playing, putting together a puzzle and trying to make it perfect. So it's a little difficult, but it's like it takes patience for sure.
All right. Yeah, I'll go next. I would say the worst job I've ever had was my first job, which was Dunkin' Donuts. That was a hell of a shit show. So many, dude. I have so like I could go on and on about Dunkin' Donuts, but this isn't that type of podcast.
It's okay, bro. You gotta start somewhere.
I would say I would say my main complaint about Dunkin' Donuts was like the fact that they would just throw all of their foods away at the end of the night, and they would still yell at their employees for giving free donuts away for like people that came in like literally at like a couple minutes after it closes, and they wouldn't even know it closed. I mean, some of them would do obviously, but some won't. And I just hand them donuts, camera would see, and they would like yell at me like it's bullshit.
I have a really good question.
I guarantee you there's a whole I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a whole like Reddit group of like Dunkin' Donuts, like Dunkin' Donut haters. Free Dunkin' Donuts. Free the donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. Give it to the people.
Can you tell us why they like fill up their coffee with like a quarter ice and it's like
oh
a
yeah,
little bit of coffee.
Yo, they legit do that too. Is Dunkin' Donuts gonna sue me? I don't give a fuck. Dunkin' Donuts literally like does this on purpose, where they like fill up your ice all the way. Like I don't know if that's on purpose, but it's just like very fucking profit greedy. But anyway, and like inventory saving greedy. But anyway.
Anyways.
They fucking overcharge because you know how the hot coffee is versus the iced coffee. The iced coffees are like higher priced already.
Of course it is.
And not only is it higher priced, they put the ice all the way to the top usually.
No way.
And then like think about how much coffee like you're actually getting. So like versus if you got like a medium hot versus a medium iced, the ice went to all the way to the top. You pour that medium hot into that iced coffee, it's gonna overpour because naturally like it'll be like half of the actual hot coffee. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know. I totally, dude.
And
Trust
so
me, catch your drift.
So it's half the coffee and overpriced.
Wait, so can you answer this?
So
why did you?
It's kind of.
Why was that your first job though? Like,
I was 16.
I know, but like when I was 16, like I also had a job, but like it wasn't that. So,
No,
like,
I was 15 because I worked that job for a good year, and by the time I was 16 or 16 and a half, close to 17, I got a job at the bank.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Did I ever tell you that?
No, you did.
I did.
You did.
Okay.
Because we discussed it.
Yeah, so I remember this because like it's on my resume, but like I worked from October 2016 all the way to August of 2019. I worked for a bank, was a bank teller, and then
Did you steal? And you got fired.
did I steal, bro?
Yeah.
Who do you think I am?
You steal like 15 grand. Fun fact, I know a dude. Can't say his name. I know a dude who worked at a bank. He stole 15 grand over the course of...
Talk close to the mic.
I know a dude who worked at a bank and he stole 15 grand over the course of his like whole work career there.
Oh.
Right?
I don't know
How did that happen? I have no clue. I legit asked him.
Did he get away from it?
He got fired eventually. However, he still like he kept that money. Like that
I
like
mean, he had to definitely like pay it back somehow.
Nope. That's one of the guys to do masonry work with, bro. He told me because we went by the bank today. And he's like, "Oh," I was like, "I used to work at that bank." I was like, "Oh yeah, what happened?" He's like, "Well, I stole 15 grand." I was like, "How do you do that?" And he was like, "Well, I just did it over time now." I was like, "No, I don't know." I was like, "Why did you tell me?"
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right. Imagine doing that. Like, I couldn't.
Yeah.
That's ballsy, bro.
No shit. It's more than ballsy. It's fucking just impossible. I don't
Clearly
know
not.
if I 100% even believe him. Did you believe him 100%?
Yeah, because he got fired. He got in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
He should have been more than fired.
I mean, yeah, I know. That's what I thought, but you know, the world works in mysterious ways, I guess, right?
Yeah. Okay, Danton, another question. Tell me about who is a recent role model that you've been like keeping up, not like listening to.
Like in terms of like a celebrity or someone who's like famous and popular like that, or
yeah, he could be famous, could not be famous, but like any sort of like idol, role model, just any influencer or like that's on social media or not even on social media, just any individual at all that you can think of that you've recently like got some sort of like life inspiration from, you know. Just like, no.
Nah, I mean, there is nobody because we all live our own paths and we do our own things.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, like...
Speak more on that.
You can't...
Do you like taking advice or like listening to other people's, you know, motivational stories and whatnot?
I mean, like, for sure. Like, I have a very open mind, open concept in general as a person. Very, like, in a way, like, I guess you could say I'm coachable. But, like, yeah. I can think for myself. Like, I take things in, I assess it, and then I see how I could use it, or does it even apply? Maybe it may, maybe it doesn't.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah, no, yeah, that's facts, because there's always a... what's a level of reach. I see. What the fuck? There's always so much. There's always so much like motivational content you can take from other people, and like not all of them is obviously gonna work for you because you gotta like think about your own life and how it relates to your own life.
Yeah,
So
I mean, everyone.
I only brought it up. So I asked this question to Novin in the first podcast. The reason I like that question is because like I like to listen to people a lot. Just and like my reasoning for enjoying listening to other people's like motivational speech is just learning, like I said, learning from their story and finding certain things that can be relatable to my life. Like if I watch something and say like they have a 50-minute talk, but just like 5 minutes of that entire talk, if it related to my life, that's the only like part that I like took from it, that you can take from it. Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense.
So yeah,
I just feel like everyone walks a different path. Therefore, like that entails like maybe like the cards that are dealt in life with like family, living situation, like personal.
Yeah,
situation,
everyone
like,
has different circumstances for sure, and that is why you need to be very open-minded, but also that's a better word actually. Very conscientious whether or not that this person's advice relates to you or not. Does it relate to your current circumstances? You know. So,
I mean, everyone can relate in their own way, probably.
Yeah.
To something.
Yeah. So
especially when we're all at the same age, for the most part.
Mm-hmm. All right. You have any questions for me, big guy? What are we doing after this, Dante?
What are we doing?
Oh, what were you about to say?
We're getting mortal.
We're getting mortal?
If you guys don't know what mortal means, look it up. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm like curious. It's like, so you're going to Bentley now for grad school, but like the whole motivation behind that is like your jersey business and wanting to be like, like.
So the audience doesn't even know about the World Jersey business that much because I haven't even talked about it. But yeah, guys, so I have a business, but I don't really like talking about it because it's not my main. I don't want to be known as like the Jersey guy, you know. So I was gonna save that for like a specific.
Sorry,
No, you're good. People they already know already, so I might as well talk about it. But like, you're not wrong. Like, basically, like going along what he just said. So currently, my position in life is I'm about to graduate undergrad school this upcoming December 2021. And I recently just got accepted to an MBA program, MBA/master's program at Bentley University, which I'm going to be luckily attending to this upcoming spring. So this January. So, and I applied full-time. I applied part-time because I'm basically just I plan on spending my other time just working as a job, you know, as a business analyst, because that's what my MBA program is for. And to answer the question that I'm presuming you were about to ask,
I'll just explain a little bit further. But like, what is Bentley Business School gonna do for Evan? Like, what's the future after all this? Like, what's the plan? Like,
all right, so
manifested plan.
So, yeah, basically, what I was saying was, so I'm basically using Bentley as a way to make connections to further better increase my chances to obtain a good paying job.
Mm.
Because one of the things that Bentley is most proud of is the fact that they have nearly a 100% job rate acceptance. Post-grad job rate acceptance, meaning that they essentially try their hardest to get you a job through them, basically.
They take good care of you at that.
Because at the end of the day, they have a lot of great facilities, resources, faculties, just good connections overall to get you get your name out there in front of executives' eyes, because a lot of job executives, like top executives from corporations around America, visit Bentley University all the time. They give talks, they give seminars, they do a lot of things for Bentley and vice versa. So, and because Bentley shows every year, they show their academic excellence in their rankings, because they constantly evolve their teachings based upon real current times. Mm-hmm. So they don't just teach theory-based materials, they teach real-world-based materials, which is what I am mainly looking for in the program, because I have a business, right? I've learned all the theory-based material. That's what undergrad is for, to teach you the basics of whatever you plan on doing, whether it's business, medical, engineering. Undergrad school prepares you for the basics, and then the experience you get from undergrad, it's good to have the co-op, the work experience, because that's where you learn more than the basics, right? If you have a job, if you're blessed enough to get a job during your undergrad, even an internship, right? Mm-hmm. But I was not in that fortunate position where I was qualified to be accepted in any internships or jobs, because believe me, I've applied to over 50 companies.
Or about
around Boston, New York, just in Massachusetts in general, and I got nowhere. It was no luck, and I fucking was pretty upset. Not upset, but I was I kind of knew I had it coming, because I myself would be applying to these jobs without the full confidence I can even perform well at this job. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously if I have that feeling, jobs are gonna easily get that feeling too from me. And I knew that too, because my resume overall was just not strong enough. And so this was back in April 2020. This was COVID. This is this is beginning of COVID. So when COVID happened in March, so the field that I was going into was business analytics, right? And around that time, so this certain field, even during COVID, was one of the only fields that was booming, was on the rise and shit, and it still is on the rise, because every company needed. So every company, when COVID happened, right, every company was basically in emergency mode, trying to get all the data they can find to basically rerun their operation in a more digital format. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of company had to invest a lot into data analysts, people like me that they're looking for. So COVID, so that's what initially drew me to the field, was that it was one of the only ones that people didn't lose their jobs. In fact, people were this job was more in demand when COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if corporations were firing 60, I see, what the fuck?
It's okay.
All right. So when corporations will be firing 60% of their employees or 50% of the employees or whatever, you'll know you're set, because you're one of those employees. You're in that department, that business analytics department, where they were you're not going away. This field is never going away. It's because it's all data. It's all digital.
Yeah.
you know.
But it's become even more of a bigger thing considering the fact that like COVID and like working from home and
Yeah,
like,
so like
not,
this, so
like,
even so like, do you know like the value of getting data of COVID-19 to corporations?
oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, like no one really does if you're not in the field, but like corporations need to invest a lot to even know how the fuck to deal with COVID, how to like, because like you hear like numbers and shit on the news, public information on the news, but you don't really know the real nitty gritty data of like the actual numbers, because public data and like real and like not real, but there's public and private data, and private data usually is like confidential information. Mm-hmm. Which companies will pay money for, because you can pay money to exchange data.
It's not
company to company data.
Good, but
yeah,
like,
if you were to exactly like
right, yeah.
I don't so
money's power, man.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. You asked me how. Oh yeah, so what's my future? What's my future looking like? Yeah, all right. So let me go back to that.
What else is new, bro?
All right, so basically it goes down like this. Throughout my whole life, so business analytics, just as a reference, is a very, very technical field. It involves the learning of programming. I'm talking like SQL languages, like coding, because you have to develop codes you have to develop certain functions, business functions, and that requires certain custom coding depending on the type of function you're trying to do, you're trying to look at, you're trying to solve.
It's like you have to basically create like a pattern, so to speak.
So learning a language, that's not my field. So that's more like data science, data engineering, which is like way, way, way more technical than what I'm doing. I'm only a business analyst. And so the difference is the software that I'm using, which is IBM Cognos Analytics, all of the programming is it's basically built in already, okay? So when I learn this, when I perform on this software, it's basically just like navigations and basic understandings of programming, because you have to like, there is some program involved in it, but nonetheless it's mainly built in. So you basically just gotta learn how to navigate the software, right? And if you guys don't know, if you guys need further explanation of what analytics is, or what this software I'm talking about that I got certified in, think about Excel, Microsoft Excel, but on steroids, okay? That's what this software is. It's basically, you can transform data. You can transfer raw data that can have like fucking thousands to tens of thousands of slides, and transform it into like graphs, charts, and make it look actually understandable and presentable, so that you can see where you're falling short in certain business sectors, and that's how you can make informed decisions of how your business is actually operating, and therefore can later on optimize for higher revenues. So that's why I did it, and the reason I'm doing it is because of my jersey business. That's where my main motivation came from, which is my entrepreneurial life, which is just, like running this business. But I'm like again, I don't even want to call myself an entrepreneur yet, because in order to be like, I'm doing entrepreneurship, but I don't really consider myself an entrepreneur, because like I still gotta make this like, make money.
It's not as legit.
It's not like a it's not like a successful business where I want it to be yet. So like before like I want to call myself anything, like you got to be qualified to do it, right? Like I can for sure say I'm a business analyst, right? Because I'm qualified to do it now. Sorry, I got certified to do it, right? Mm-hmm. So with that certification, I can literally call myself a business analyst. But can I literally call myself an entrepreneur? Not really, because I would need something to qualify me to be an entrepreneur, right? Mm-hmm. And right now all I have is Jersey business, but is this a legit qualification of a company? Not really. Not yet.
No.
Not yet at this point. It's
more or less like a startup, you know?
Exactly. It's a startup. And like, I would say more like, yeah, I'm a business owner. Like I own this business. Like I am an entrepreneur. Like I'm in that lifestyle, but I would never introduce myself to a stranger as, I'm an entrepreneur. I do this. I do a Jersey business. Like, nah.
It's not capping.
Yeah. Like some other people.
Some people, yeah, right? Dude, that's why there's so many people like that.
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah, a lot of fucking entrepreneurs like to call themselves entrepreneurs when in reality they're not. They don't have that qualification to call yourself an entrepreneur. It makes
themselves feel good. That's all.
Yeah. Makes some people feel real good. Makes them think they're doing something.
They need it though. That's why.
It's a little ego thing. Ego boost right there.
Big-headed.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, what time? How long has it been? It's been 36 minutes, so you want to record for another like 10 minutes? And then, no?
No.
So we're on a little bit of a time crunch, guys. Since the second podcast was basically 2 hours long, we're going to make this a little short. And because we have some plans for tonight. It's currently 10:21 p.m. and we gotta make our way to Boston, and we're in Lowell right now. This man needs to pee. I mean, that's fine. You could have
said to the bean.
Oh, head to the bean. The Bean Town, baby. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment and follow us on our personal IG pages and social medias in general. I'll put them down in the description below. All right. Peace.
Peace, man.